Hey mamas, I would rather have, I think, 500 rusty metal hooks stabbed through my skin and flesh and bone, and then have those hooks be hooked up to a horse with active diarrhea as it drags my bleeding fleshy corpse through a salt flat in Utah, than have to play Roblox for even 5 minutes. And that's how I felt about that application, that game, that website, that computer program, that abomination, for some time now. I've hated that for a very long time, but the tide is turning, and for a reason that I didn't expect. Listen, I don't even know all the drama. Basically, I think so. There was like some To Catch a Predator ass person on Roblox that got like a cease and desist from Roblox, and people are like, Roblox is defending PDF files. Yeah. So people are like, if you go to Roblox's like Instagram account, there's like 100. Like, it's bad. Like, they might be cooked, but I feel finally validated, because this is having one of those compound cancellation effects that we've seen in the past, usually with like when like a celebrity or an influencer gets canceled, where like thing 1 will happen, but it makes people realize thing 2, 3, 4, and 5, like, oh, they like this horrible thing happened, but I also fucking hate them, and this is so low vibrational, yada 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 yada. It's finally happening with Roblox. Now, why do I hate Roblox? Well, the answer is twofold. For one thing, specifically today, I am in just a sour mood. I have had the worst week of my fucking year. Actually, it was really maybe even like a day. Like, so much stuff transpired in the span of 24 hours. Can I share it with you? And then I'll get into it. It all started, I was leaving a really fun trip with my friends in Japan, and I'm on the airplane having a hoot and a holler, reminiscing about the joyous time I had, and I'm like, okay, time to go watch all the movies I downloaded on my laptop for this 12-hour flight. And I pick up my backpack, I give a little shake, I go, a wibbly wobbly wibbly woo, and I'm like, it feels a little bit lighter, what's going on? The laptop's not in there. I say, okay, maybe I already took it out. I look around my seat. It's not there. I look in the magazine compartment holder. It's not there. I find my friends. It is in the Narita airport on a table where I left it, because who knows? I just got up from a table, left my laptop on there, and it's gone. And then I land and find out that my landlord is texting me saying, like, you're 20 days behind on rent. And I'm like, that's impossible, because I am so on time with my rent. What are you talking about, you little silly pants? And it turns out, and so I check my bank account, and the money has been taken out. My whole rent check has been taken from my bank account, because I have to send a physical check, because my landlord is fucking 90 years old. And she has never heard of a Venmo. She's never heard of a wire transfer or a bank or anything like that. She needs a physical check. So I'm like, but it's cashed. That's so funny. How does that happen? So apparently, people will just knock over mailboxes. You know, the little like blue mailboxes on the street? Yeah, people will just knock them over somehow with their big old strong muscles and take out all the envelopes. And if there's checks in there, they will just take them and deposit them to their own account. And you might think, how is that possible? When you write a check, it's to a certain person. Hey, guess they don't fucking even check that. So someone deposited my entire rent check payment to themselves, ran away with the money, and I still owe rent. So my week has consisted of calling random numbers in the Narita airport and trying my best to speak Japanese to say, do you have MacBook Pro 16-inch Space Gray on a table anywhere? And they say, nope. But then I finally found the office for lost and founds for past passport control, and they have it, and I don't. You know what the gag is, though? Already bought a new laptop because I thought it was over. And I need a fucking laptop. I don't use anything else. You might look at this computer and think this is where I work. This is where I do 10 hours of screen time on Fortnite and play Doom. There's no work being done on this thing. Everything, even like upcoming videos that I had filmed and made, were on that laptop. So that's why you're not seeing shit from me other than this podcast. You might not see me for fucking months. Isn't that funny, guys? Isn't that so awesome? And before, I don't even want to hear anyone say like back stuff up in the cloud. Do you know how much a Final Cut Pro project is? It is 300 gigabytes. 300 minimum. Anyways, so that's one reason why I'm in just a sour. Also, I accidentally signed up for a Dave & Buster's Platinum membership, which is $150. I thought I was buying tokens. I was at Dave & Buster's, thought I was buying tokens, and I pressed this one. And I was like, you know what, let's ball out. Let's get so many tokens. I didn't even get any tokens. So I'm sour already to begin with, to set the mood, to set the tone. But Roblox, let me describe my qualms with it. It is for one thing, the ugliest game I've ever seen. And I realize we're in like a kind of cultural time where people don't really give a shit if a game is ugly, which I found very interesting, because maybe it's because like when I grew up there was so much emphasis placed on like games having good graphics, and obviously it's like not one of the most important things. Like the gameplay of a game is the most important thing, obviously, but like Roblox is just fucking, it looks like AI generated. It is the most like AI vibrational game that exists. And I know I probably sound crazy, and I know 99% of y'all don't give a fuck about it, but like but my feelings are valid, because it looks like you're playing like that game. I swear to God, it hasn't even updated and I know that like Roblox is made up of like thousands and fucking thousands of like mini games and yada yada yada. Okay, anyways, here's the other thing. Hi, I'm almost 26. So when I'm like playing Fortnite, which is already like a kid's game, but what the fuck ever, or I'm like on FaceTime with friends and they pivot to, hey, let's play Dress to Impress. It makes me want to take a USB cable and never mind. Never mind. Not gonna finish it. And I feel like there's such a resurgence of like grown adults playing Roblox. And it's like, listen, some things it's like, yeah, enjoy it as an adult. What the fuck are you doing playing Grow a Garden in your late 20s? And I'm projecting here, but here, listen, this is the thing. I haven't played Roblox in like damn near 2 years. Haven't even fucking opened the game, I don't think, and I want to keep it that way. And you're probably looking at me with like a little bit of you're probably gonna be like a hypocrite, like a dirty old hypocrite, and I understand that, because listen, I have made Roblox videos before. I don't even fucking know what I played. I'm just like, I feel like I've posted like 3 Roblox YouTube videos before. Get this. There was a time when I would just blindly I'd be like, hey guys, what videos do you want to see me make? And then I would just make it. And I would do shit that I hated doing. I fucking hated going on Omegle, and I hated going on Roblox. And I will always hate going on Omegle and always hate going on Roblox. That's why I don't do it anymore. That's why I will never fucking do it again, because it's horrible. It's a horrible website. Now to like touch back on like the game, like Roblox just looking terrible. It's also just like so low quality. And I understand, listen, like it is bonkers. It's bonkers that like a AAA game now costs like $80. Like the way, like with conversion, like from US dollars to Canadian dollars, why is a game $100 in Canada? Like for a AAA video game, why are the new Call of Duty's gonna be is like 130 with like the like deluxe VIP bundle? Are we crazy? So I understand that when you see like a free game, it's like, I can get behind this. But then you play them, and they're free for a reason, because they're fucking terrible. One of the things I've learned at my big age is that free doesn't always mean good, that there's always a catch, and things that are free are usually free for a reason. And what I mean by that is the trade-off of you playing, like, I don't know, let's say like Dress to Impress, for example. That game, to even wear half of the clothes, you have to pay. Every free game will never just be free. You have to pay. In my mind, the ideal video game is something like Stardew Valley or Minecraft, where you pay like what? It's like $30 once and you have it forever, and there's no DLCs, or there's like updates, but like you never have to pay for anything again. That is how nature intended. It's like games shouldn't be free, but they shouldn't be fucking $100. So now my final gripe with Roblox, and I have no proof for this. I'm going to sound like a tinfoil hatter here, but they found CIA methods to make it like psychological warfare level addicting. And this is a tale as old as time, but you can go into any like American chain restaurant, see at least 4 tables where there's like families sitting at them with kids, and there will be a child between the age of 1 probably and like 16 rotating between like a Chili's triple dipper and a greasy fucking iPad, like not even aware of their family's existence. They're so deep into that thing that they don't even know how they came to be on this earth, that they were procreated. They're just like all they're preoccupied with is, and it makes me feel insane. It makes me feel insane. And I understand. Listen, I don't know what it's like to be a parent, and I hope when that day comes, I will be a good one. But if you ever see me with a child eating at a restaurant, and my child is on like playing fucking Roblox on an iPad, take a gun out and fucking blow. Okay, anyways. And also, like, it's so addicting to adults, too. I have, like, a few mutuals. Why did I say that? I have a few mutuals. That are like, yeah, I'm really addicted to this one game called Grow a Garden. And this was, like, before I even knew what it was. But I was like, you know what? I could get into a new game addiction. Like, I think that's what my life is missing. I'm like, let me check this thing out. I look it up. The fuck is this? This is the shit you are spending your entire summer playing? Are you fucking crazy? It looks tiny compared to massive fruits like the... You're playing with Legos! These are Legos! This is what I mean. This is what I fucking mean. And maybe it's just like my... Maybe I'm just super hyper fixated on how ugly this game is. Like, it could be the most fun game ever. I don't know, but what the fuck? And you can make the same argument about Minecraft, but Minecraft has soul, okay? Minecraft has, like, it's not this. Like, what is this bullshit? Oh my god. I can't think about it. Also thinking about my very last VidCon that I ever went to. I didn't go this year because... not doing that. But last year when I went, they have these like creator parties where like it'll be like a brand will like throw a party for like all the featured creators at VidCon. And like they had crazy ones in the past. Like I remember one time Spotify rented out Disneyland. Like rented fucking Disneyland, and there was like 500 of us just like running around, and the rides were working, and there was like unlimited food. Like actually one of like the top nights of my life. And what did they have last year, you might ask? They had Roblox rented out, what was it called? It was called like the House of Blues in Anaheim. Not even the House of Blues, actually. Let it be known. The House of Blues is like a restaurant / venue where it's like, I think they have like concerts and stuff there. Actually, I saw The Neighborhood in a House of Blues in Orlando once, I think. But I was like, oh, like maybe this will be a hoot and a holler. They rented out like a back room in the House of Blues. So like you had to walk through the restaurant where there was like some guy playing a guitar to people eating like Tex-Mex cuisine, and then you like made it to the back room, and there was like this like little mini party. And I guess like this like Roblox party, they also invited like all these Roblox creators, which no, okay, how much of a just sourpuss do I want to be today? A lot of them were just so interesting. Let me be as charitable as possible and just say that they were just such an interesting group of people. And they had like a live Twitch stream. Like 2 of them were like Twitch streaming live on TV. It felt almost like if a Discord server, like all the people on Discord server became like real, like living human beings in real life instead of like online cretins. And it was they were just like walking around, like no one was interacting with anyone, save for like a few people. It was so and then I they had an open bar though, so let the record state, used the fuck out of that. Now let me just say, I feel like maybe part of the reason why I'm so sour, and maybe just feeling a little disconnected from the general public that is online, is because I am just like not online anymore. And I'm not saying that to be like holier than thou, like but it's true. Like I look at how I was in like 2019 and 2020, and like I was like, I mean, it was like COVID in 2020, and like I was like living in my mom's basement because of the lockdown, and just like playing, just digging in my butt and going, like having a screen time of 16 hours. And now, like, I just do not do that. I'll go like months without knowing a single thing of like what's happening on TikTok, and which is, you know, is probably not the best position for someone probably not the best thing for someone in my position to be doing, because I feel like to an extent I should probably know what the fuck is happening online. Like whenever I see like some of my old friends who are like still so tapped in, and they're like telling me like, did you hear Bethany Frankel? Who the fuck is that? But even beyond that, like shit, like games, I don't know, just like the whole, I feel like very unplugged, which has been, listen, don't get me wrong, has done wonders for my mental health. I've never been happier. But at the same time, I do feel like Unc, and I'll say that every episode because it's true. I do feel a little crazy trying to interact with netizens. Where the fuck did that word come from? I feel like every time, okay, I would call someone online just a person online, but there's this term that I hear literally only when people are talking about K-pop, and they're like, netizens online. What the fuck is that? That's the dumbest word I've ever heard. Netizens. I'm a netizen. I live on the net. I live on Facebook Reels. Shut up! Okay, I'm gonna wind up. Listen, after today, I'm turning my luck around, and I'm not gonna be sour anymore, because things have started turning around for me. Actually, matter of fact, when I was in Japan with my friends, we decided to all get Fugglers because, listen, Labubu, you gotta run Fugglers their check, because they did the whole like cute and scary thing first, and we all bought one. And then guess who DM'd me days later? Fugglers themselves, asking if I wanted to be sent Fugglers. That's divine timing. That's a god level event. Okay, I went to go watch a movie to do something else, and then I was realizing, hey, this is my one chance to get all my gripes out. I need to do it now. My first gripe is, since when does every YouTuber or person with a podcast have like an interview show where celebrities just like appear out of thin air? I am of a pure heart and pure-minded, pure soul, and I used to just think that celebrities loved doing interviews. I thought they're just like, oh, I have a movie, let me go do this. I did not know what a press tour was until like literally 2 years ago. Like, you know, when an actor has a movie coming out and they're in that fuck ass like it'll be like a black curtain and then like a poster of the movie that's coming out, and then they have like a random person interviewing, and they're in like a dark room. I just thought they were doing that for fun, for the love of the game. I didn't realize that when you make a movie, they literally shuttle you from like interview to interview. Like sometimes they do like 20 a day in one day for like weeks on end to promote their movie, which I feel like is so outdated, which I understand. So that's why now like there's all these YouTubers with like interview shows, and it'll be like, here's Superman, and it's like, I don't even want to name names, but it's like a random YouTuber's like interview show. The fuck? I need to start, guys. Who could we have on here? Did I rant about this on literally the last episode? As I'm saying it and hearing my words reverberate through my apartment, it's starting to sound like I have literally fucking ranted about this potentially as soon as yesterday. Second gripe, and I'm a little bit late to the game on this one, but I was recently in Saskatchewan visiting family, which, if you didn't know, is a province in Canada, above Minnesota and North Dakota. For the Americans to just place it mentally, because I know a lot of people think that Canada exists in a place between space and time. But there's a new Chapel Roan song, which it's not new, it's been out for a minute, where she's like, I'm moving to Saskatchewan. And people are elated in Saskatchewan, to the point where they're saying that like tourism has been boosted in Saskatchewan because of this mention, because of this seemingly cosign from Chapel Rowan. Are we dumb? She wasn't glazing Saskatchewan. People are saying like she says she's moving to Saskatchewan because there's no subways there and she'll never see her crush in the subway, yada yada. Do you know how many fucking places don't have a subway? She's saying Saskatchewan because it's like a fun way to say Timbuktu. No one's ever referred to Saskatchewan in a positive light, except for when Deadpool, for whatever reason, is canonically from Regina, Saskatchewan. And I think it's in the first movie. He's like, I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan. Regina rhymes with fun. Get it? Because Regina rhymes with vagina. That's like the only time it's gotten like a positive mention, I'd say. But people like, hey, are we crazy? We can't be this desperate. You know when? Okay, this is another great. Whenever someone has, okay, this could apply to literally any thing. Let me give examples. Say someone is from like Bangor, Maine, and they're watching a piece of media or a movie, and Bangor, Maine gets mentioned. That movie on Letterboxd, 200 reviews at least are gonna be like, Bangor, Maine mentioned. Shut the fuck up. Or like, if it's like a random like K-pop group's song is in like a video or something, like, that was Cat's Eye. Duh! Oh my god. It doesn't need to peeve me off this much. No, it doesn't. But what is it that peeves me off so much about that? Maybe it feels very much like, oh, I have something to say, or I am relevant. It's like, shut up. No, you're not. You live in Bangor, Maine. Is it even in Maine? It might be in Massachusetts. I don't even know how to say that right now. I used to live there. That's crazy. Sometimes I think about how I lived in Massachusetts for like a very short period of time when I was a like baby to small child range. And because like my dad got a job there and then he got laid off and we had to go back to Canada. But like, imagine if the tides shifted and I had like a crazy Massachusetts accent, like a Boston accent, instead of like a now fading Canadian accent. So what happens when I've lived in the US longer than I've lived in Canada for? which would be let me calculate, when I turn 40, and I'm suddenly barely even Canadian at that point. What the fuck do I do? I think I will have an identity crisis at that point. I don't think I'll get. People always ask me, okay, like I understand, like, if you're born and raised in the U.S. or whatever country you're from, you're probably not gonna be too familiar with your own country's immigration processes. Maybe a little bit more now, but like the way I remember when I first got my visa, people were like, "Oh, you're like a citizen now?" No, and I'm not gonna be, and I don't think I'll ever pick. Because you know what I have to do? Do you know, if I wanted to become a U.S. citizen, I'd have to give up my Canadian citizenship. I'm not doing that. I don't think. What if I eat my words and then like one day, what if Canada falls into the ocean and I'm like, fuck. And then I need to get an American. Well, that's not going to happen because the country's huge. Your mama would have to set on the country. These shorts are not flattering right now. I just watched a movie where everyone was wearing, it was called Sleepaway Camp, and all the shorts were like insane, like almost like to half the butt cheek on the dudes too, and it really freaked me out, and it made me very grateful to have shorts that are basically jeans that go down to my ankle if my pants droop. What was I ranting about before? Oh, so like, yeah, oh no, I pretty much wrapped up that thought. What is happening? My final gripe, I think, is my hair feels like straw. It feels like literal fibers that were made in an acrylic factory. I wish I knew when I dyed my hair almost a year ago, how brutal the texture of my hair would be like 6 months down the line. It was so fun for the first 4 months. Loved having blonde hair, but I'm paying the fucking price now. And it's like, so it's colored so weird. Like in certain light, it's like red and it's brown sometimes. And it feels like hay. Like if I got too close to a cow, it would start munching on my fucking head like I was like a Panera Bowl. But do I want to dye my hair again? Yes, I do, unfortunately. That's my last gripe. I hope you guys have a good freaking Thursday. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm locking into gear. Listen, losing this laptop was an experience that reset my mind in a really crazy way. What do they say? You have to lose. You had to lose you to love me. To love. How the fuck does that go? What is she saying there? Something about some bullshit about losing. When you lose things, you appreciate what you have. Well, I do not know what I was trying to say there, but I got it, baby. I had to hire. This wasn't. I know I asked for y'all's prayers. It wasn't Jesus that found this. It was the witch that I ordered a spell from on Etsy. I said, hello, I left my MacBook in the Narita airport and I need help trying to locate it. And she said, hi there, thank you for your order. I sense your MacBook is located in a small stack of books and or notebooks. It looks like it was placed there for safekeeping, and I sense it wasn't stolen. I also sense that this stack of books/notebooks is on a shelf in a storage room or closet, and there are several other items nearby that look like random supplies that are not very well organized. It looks like an employee at the Narita airport placed your MacBook there, and I sense that lost items are occasionally put in the storage room closet. I recommend checking with several different employees in order to figure out what room it was. And I found it. And even more. Oh, that wasn't a fart. That was me sitting on this bag of Legos. The bank refunded. They found the scammer that stole my check out of the mailbox. Hopefully shot them in the head. And then refunded the check. We're back. Okay, back to whatever bullshit I was saying. It was probably healthy that I lost my entire MacBook. And for a while thought it was so over. Because I realized, let me actually lock in. So I have a lot of fun videos for you guys coming up soon. Some collabs. I said it! Some collabs that you wouldn't even never fucking dreamed of. Here I go, literally shitting on celebrity or YouTubers being like, why do you have some celebrities on your on your YouTube show, and then, well, these are just other YouTubers. What the fuck ever. I've been talking for too long. Hope you guys have a good Thursday. Take care, Mamacitas. Oh, there's a hair ingrained in my microphone. Love y'all. Bye.